Today, treatment of the human organism through Oriental medicine techniques is gaining global popularity. At the heart of this medicine is identifying causes of sickness rather than treating its symptoms. Exactly on the basis of this principle, the hero of our program, Jae Won, runs his medical practice.
Our hero comes from a country of East Asia, the Republic of Korea. From childhood, Jae Won was used to keeping himself within the moral bounds and abiding strictly by the rules that, in his view, helps everyone to become a better man. However, life has taught him the necessity of being able to risk. And today, the hero of our program not only reads the classics and philosophical books, but also studies every possible material that would develop in him love to adventures.
Mr. Lee, as far as I know, you have been familiarizing yourself with Kazakhstan and the culture of its people for 1.5 years. And for us, it would be interesting to get to know about some peculiarities of life in your country.
I was born in Seoul, South Korea. It is the capital city of 600 years of history, and it's a big city where live over 10 million people. Korea is a country that represents East Asia with China and Japan. Despite its proximity to China and Japan, language, race, culture and history are very different with them. It's a close, but it's a far country. The place where I live is Yongsan, which is located in the center of Seoul, where there is a mountain called Namsan and a landmark called Seoul Tower. I grew up in the town under the mountain, went to school and spent my childhood. The Republic of Korea is a country where traditions and advanced technology blend very well together. In addition, there are many companies that lead advanced technology such as internet, mobile phone, and cultural content such as dramas and K-pop. So I feel great because there are many people in Central Asia who know Korea.
And what traditions do you follow in your family?
First of all, my family consists of 5 people. My father and mother, sister, and maternal grandmother. Our family tradition is absence of tradition. First of all, I was not in one place for a long time. So there was no place to call my hometown. When I was young, Seoul City was at time of rapid change. Many people were in economic difficulties. Actually, there was a big economic crisis in 1998 in Korea. I think that time was probably more of a worry about real life than tradition. Nevertheless, if we have to characterize my family, it seems that we learned a lot about right way of losing rather than win. What it does mean is that when someone treats you cruelly, you have to fight. But finally you realize that such a fight is meaningless. My family really learned this a lot in life. It can be seen that life can be enriched by investing time and feelings that are unexpectedly unimportant on more creative and important things. When I look at my parents, I think I can afford to forgive people.
아들이 태어났을 때에
He was a quick-witted child. At the age of 1, he already started learning the alphabet. In school, he was one of the best students. He always obeyed us, the parents. And whatever he got down to, he always went through with it. Upon entrance to the medical university, which 20,000 applicants were attempting to go to, he became one of 500 people who actually made it. I can say that sometimes he is too stubborn and not flexible when it is necessary.
Have you had a dream of becoming a doctor since childhood? or did you show interest in any other profession at that time?
My dream was not a doctor until I went to medical school. When I was young, I really liked math and science, and I had talent. So I dreamed of being a physicist. One day, my parents bought an astronomical telescope for Christmas. It was a really fun day for me to keep my memory alive. And after that, I remember opening the window and seeing the stars.
Why did you decide to leave your dream and instead of pursuing scientific careers, prefer to devote yourself to medicine?
It was my parents' recommendation that I entered medical school. First, the Republic of Korea has not yet found the foundation of pure science. In the United States and Western Europe and Japan, research on basic science such as mathematics and physics was active and supported. But Korea was a country that had grown into applied science, such as engineering and life science. Secondly, I was not a genius that was so outstanding in such circumstances. While I was studying as a doctor, it was very difficult to feel the joy I discovered in mathematics and physics. However, the doctor as a profession was different from when I was a student. Treating a real sick person rather different than the human body you learned in a laboratory or library. It is really complicated and difficult. My main point as a doctor is that advanced Oriental medicine is an effective natural treatment without surgery and chemical medicaments. Most I feel happy when my treatment will heals my patient. I'm very satisfied at such moments. This is what I work for.
So how was your internship? Did you easily begin your professional duties?
Most of people think that internship is the most hard time for all young doctors. With a very small salary, they have to work over 20 hours a day, have short sleep to go on duty again and again, and no time to have proper meal and so on. It is true. But I was lucky. I had my time for everything. I worked with my doctor colleague at the clinic for 3 years. And for the next 3 years, I served in a rural health center where I made many friends around and my salary was okay.
Jae Won found himself in Kazakhstan thanks to his father, who 3 years ago decided to establish here his own clinic. The son supported him in it and soon came to our country too in order to provide an opportunity for the local people to become better acquainted with alternative treatment methods of Oriental medicine.
그래서 카자흐스탄을 들어오게 된 가장 큰 이유는
I have been working with my son in the clinic for some time.
침에 대해서 어떻게 처리를 하는지 그거를 알게 된 거를.
However, we studied a little bit different treatment methods.
들어와서 한의원을 하다가 1년 전부터 아들이.
Thus, I conduct here a procedure that is called padong and laser therapy as well.
각자의 치료 범위가 다르기 때문에 저는 팔체질을 이용해서.
Despite my son has been working in Almaty for over a year, there are many people who are still skeptical about Oriental medicine treatment.
여기 사람들이 아직도 침에 대해서, 침의 우수성에 대해서.
My son had gained a huge experience working in Korea, and his methods are advanced today.
한국에서 병원에서 근무를 했고 여러 경험이.
They include needle ectonomy and bondong, that is treatment by apitaxine.
새로운 기술, 새로운 도침이라든지 봉침이라든지 새로운 기술을 익혔습니다.
He is a fair and responsible specialist.
근면하게 일을 한다.
please tell us about some features of the profession and effectiveness of such treatment.
The main treatment is acupuncture and needlectomy, bloodletting or hijama, aflatoxin, this is bee poison, and Chinese herbal therapy. First, acupuncture, chin. It is mainly used for muscle and nerve problems, and it is used for subjects such as internal medicine, gynecology, and many other conditions. Aflatoxin, 봉독, is a bee venom that has been previously cleaned, sterilized, pH adjusted, and placed in ampoules. Aflatoxin is very effective for nerve and immune system. Bloodletting, dial or hijama, is treatment for releasing stagnant blood. It is very good for pain of muscle, inflammation, chronic weak metabolism. Its artificial release of stagnant blood not only local blood circulation improves, but also the metabolism of the whole organism. Korean hijama we do with a needle, not blade. There are other treatments and also it's in Korean medicine. There have always been doctors who create recipes for medicinal decoction from various diseases according to the individual characteristics of the patient. This was the privilege of emperor, aristocrats, and palace nobles.
It is customary to divide medicine into Western and Oriental ones. Lately, despite an enormous amount of expensive medicaments, the number of people suffering from serious illnesses are only growing. Thus, among Western countries, increasing use is being made of Oriental medicine with several thousand years of history. In contrast to Western medicine, Oriental one pays attention to the state and specific features of a human organism as a whole and an individual's lifestyle as well.
Despite being a foreigner, I feel huge thanks to Almaty to its friendly people who greet me and trust me. I send big thanks to Kazakhstan and its kind and open people. Thank you.
In spite of his young age, Jae Won is a highly qualified specialist. He uses an individual approach at treatment of each patient. He does not just conduct procedures, but also asks his patients to contact him and inform him of their state of health.
In general, was it difficult for you to adapt to our country? In your opinion, are there more similarities or differences in the cultures of our nations?
Living in Almaty at the beginning, I was uncomfortable with the language. However, I do not want to go back to Korea because I can communicate to some people, especially our staff, after over a year of working as one team. I feel grateful to our girls. There are many Kazakhstan friends around me, but I still have not yet experienced a lot of Kazakhstan culture. Kazakhstan culture seems very family centralized. Culture that care about home is similar to Korea.
In future, are you going to develop your activities in any other countries, or will you establish a network of acupuncture clinics in Kazakhstan?
It's my small dream to extend to other cities in Kazakhstan. After it, I would also like to open clinics in neighbor Central Asian countries. Then maybe I would like to see at Eastern Europe as place for my clinic net. There are so many things we can offer to Kazakhstan people. For sure, I see my future here too. Maybe even marry here.